So I'm a little late to the party on the Dan Hurley situation. Obviously, as everybody knows at this time, the Lakers offered him a 6-year, $70 million contract. He denied it, and I think I understand the reason why he did. And from the start, just getting into the start of the whole debacle of what happened, when I first heard this on the news, on ESPN, when they broke it on Thursday, I was like, of course he's not going to, last Thursday, of course he's not going to take this offer. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense for his situation. The Lakers situation is not something that I feel like a prospect of his caliber would want to go into. And that's not me bashing the Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a LeBron fan. Like, I want nothing more than the Lakers to win the title. But this just wouldn't be the best fit. Him going there, in my opinion, would be a mess for not only the Lakers, but for him. I think it would ruin his NBA career very early. He would walk into a situation where he had just never been there before. And LA is kind of, when you have LeBron, there's a lot of expectation. There's a lot of expectation that goes into that job. When you have LeBron, when you're the Lakers, it amplifies. Lakers have one of the best fan bases in all of sports, through all four of the major sports, maybe even globally. They have a huge impact. So it would have been a lot of pressure if Dan Hurley took that job. But I think you look more into it. What was that offer? 70 million over 6 years. It would have made him like the fifth highest paid head coach. I get that. But how do you not go, because they really wanted him from that perspective, how do you not go with like a crazy big offer? I think the front office with the Lakers since the death of the late Jerry Buss has been bad. They've had a bad front office. They're one of the most broke ownership groups in the NBA, maybe the brokest. They are struggling to make moves. Since Jerry Buss's death, aside from when they brought in LeBron, who has saved them, through that 5-year stretch without him, they were the worst statistical team in the NBA due to bad front office moves. Remember back in the day before they got LeBron, they signed Timothy Mozgov to that like ridiculous contract. Luol Deng, the contract they were still paying off 2 years into the LeBron saga. With all that, the front office doesn't know what they're doing. They need to sell at some point. So I think Dan Hurley went in this interview and he said, I don't want to get into this mess of a front office. I don't want to be around this mess. He loves the brand. He loves the idea of playing with LeBron James, of coaching LeBron James. He loves the idea of it. He loves the idea of taking that brand to a championship. He loves the idea of coaching in the NBA. But then he has those meetings with the organization. He sees already an offer that I think for his talents was kind of a low ball. And you're running into situations where I think he had a second thought and he was like, why would I do this when I could just go back to UConn? Go for the three-peat. There's going to be another offer next year. He's going to get, if he wants to go to the NBA, he's going to be able to go to the NBA. He might want to wait for the right situation. Maybe the Lakers are in the right situation the next year. But like I said, I think he looked at the front office and their track record, and he said, this is a mess. I think that the best solution is at some point you got to wake up if you're the Lakers front office, and you got to kind of say, hey, the 5 years we ran this stuff post-Buss, post-Jerry, we were the worst team in the NBA. LeBron saved us, and he maybe only has 1, maybe 2 more years. What's going to happen after? So I think Dan Hurley respectfully declined because he saw the offer maybe wasn't up to par. The organization, maybe he could see future problems. And you're going into a position where the expectation is just quite simply near unrealistic. Do I think the Lakers can win next year? Yeah, but they have to have a really good offseason. LeBron has to be really good. AD has to be really good. And they can't sustain any injuries. And the West is brutal. The West is tough. Really, really tough. The Lakers were a good, solid team last year, and they were the 7th seed. The West is a really, really difficult battle of a conference. So I understand why Dan Hurley didn't take the job. It makes sense. It was more than just him wanting to go back to UConn, though, I believe. I think that there was a way they could have swayed him there. But I think he took a look at what's been going on in that front office, some of the decisions that they've made, and he said, I don't really want to be a part of this. And until that front office group shapes up, it's going to be really, really tough to see a lot of success going forward.